Today, we're taking a look at 5 skills and tools you need to learn and use in Final Cut Pro to edit your videos 10 times faster. First is custom effect presets. If you go over to your video inspector, down at the bottom, you'll see this little Save Effects preset button. This is really powerful. Let me show you. Let's use a studio shot like this for an example. This is what I usually start out with. To make this shot look like what you usually see, there's a number of things I have to do. First, I normally shoot vlog, so the first thing I need to do is convert this log footage to Rec 709. This is done with a conversion LUT, so I'll add the custom LUT preset to my clip and select the proper LUT for my footage. This gets me about 80% there. Next, I would add a color wheels correction to my clip, make sure it's above the LUT in the inspector, and fine-tune the color until it looks the way I want it to. Since I shoot in a 4:3 aspect ratio, I use a transform tool to reframe my clip and use my custom alignment guides to make sure my shot is perfectly straight. Next, I'll go to the audio inspector, select the loudness checkbox to normalize my audio, and turn on voice isolation to remove any background noise. I find about 30% is a sweet spot for my clips. Since my studio setup doesn't change, every time I make a video, I have to go through all these steps. Now, there's a much easier way to do this. After making your adjustments, go to your video inspector, and down at the bottom, click the Save Effects preset button. In the pop-up window, make sure all the parameters you want to save in this preset are selected, give this preset a name, and select a category for it. You can use any of the existing ones, or make your own. Click Save. Go to your audio inspector, and repeat these same steps. Click the Save Effects preset button, select the parameters you want included in this preset, give it a name, and pick a category for it. Next time you need to add all these effects to your clip again, instead of going through every step, you can use your custom effect preset. Select the category you saved your preset in, and apply it to your clip. If you also saved an audio preset, scroll down to the audio category, find your custom preset, and add it to your clip as well. So much faster. Number 2 is text presets. If you have a YouTube channel, do a lot of projects for the same client, or you just have a style you love and use across multiple projects, you probably format your titles the same way in every video. Text presets can make this way faster. For example, let's take a basic title, change the font to something we like, and make it nice and big. Change the color, add a drop shadow, and tweak the settings to make it look just the way we want. Now, if you ever want to make another title that looks like this one, instead of going through all the steps again, save these attributes as a custom text preset. Scroll up to the top of your text inspector and select one of the 3 save options. Save format attributes saves basic text attributes including font, size, alignment, tracking, and line spacing. Save appearance attributes saves the effects you apply to your title, such as text color, outline color, glow, drop shadow, and so on. Save all format and appearance attributes saves both format attributes and style attributes. Let's select this option, give the style a name, and hit the save button. Next time you need to format a title to look like this, instead of going through all the steps again, you just click the pop-up menu at the top of the text inspector and select your style. You can make as many text presets as you want, and if you have quite a few, and you want to make them easier to find, you can organize your text presets into folders. Quit Final Cut Pro, and in Finder, go up to the menu bar and click on Go. Here, we need to select the library folder, which is hidden by default. To reveal it, hold down the Option key. Open the library folder, and go to Application Support, Motion, Library, and Text Styles. Inside this folder, you'll see all your custom text styles. Each text style has 3 files, a document file and 2 PNG files. Make a new folder in here, and drag all 3 files into this folder. Close your Finder window. Next time you open Final Cut Pro, your folders will show up as categories in the pop-up menu at the top of the text inspector. This is a great way to organize text presets, move them around between multiple Macs, even share with a friend. Number 3 on my list is keyboard shortcuts. Learn them and use them. Just that alone will save you a ton of time. For example, to do a simple task like blading a clip, you have to open the Tools pop-up menu, select the Blade tool, move your skimmer to the frame where you want to make the cut, click on your clip to blade it there, go back to the Tools pop-up menu and switch back to the Select tool. To perform the same task with a keyboard shortcut, you just place your skimmer on the frame where you want to make the cut and press Command B on your keyboard. This was the most basic example of a keyboard shortcut, and this one shortcut alone can save you a ton of time, but there are so many more. And there's a number of different places you can go to learn keyboard shortcuts. You can go to Final Cut Pro's online guide on Apple's website. You can view them right in Final Cut Pro. I'll show you how in a minute. Or my friend Brad West has an awesome keyboard shortcut cheat sheet. He put together a list of top 100 keyboard shortcuts every editor should know, and you can download it completely free from Brad's website. I'll leave a link down below. Now, to take this even further, you can take your most used keyboard shortcuts and customize them to be one-key shortcuts. Realistically, the actions you repeat over and over, like blading clips, should be as simple as possible. So instead of hitting Command B to blade a clip, you can change this to just B. To customize keyboard shortcuts in Final Cut Pro, go up to the menu bar and select Final Cut Pro, Command Sets, and Customize. You can't customize a default command set, so first, you need to make a copy of it. Open the drop-down in the top left corner and select Duplicate. Give it a name and click OK. Now, in this window, you can view all assigned keyboard shortcuts, assign new ones, and even customize existing keyboard shortcuts. Click on a B key on your virtual keyboard to see all the shortcuts assigned to this key. By default, the Blade tool shortcut is in the No Modifier spot, and Blade is set to Command Modifier. In this case, we just swap these. Grab the Blade shortcut and drag it up to the No Modifier spot. Search for the Blade tool command and drag it over into the Command Modifier spot. Save your command set. Now, one of the most used actions in video editing is just the tap of a key. I recommend doing this to all your most used keyboard shortcuts. It'll make you way faster. Number 4 is setting up a collection of your favorite titles, effects, generators, even transitions to make them easier to find. If, like me, you have a lot of third-party plugins, finding what you're looking for can sometimes get a little tricky. If you have Apple Motion, you can make your own custom collections to help you find the most useful presets quicker and easier. Select the title preset you want to add to this collection, right-click on it, and open in Motion. Without modifying anything, go up to the menu bar and select File and Save As. In the pop-up window, give it a name, open the category dropdown, and make a new category. Let's call this one Most Used. If you want to organize these even more, you can use one of the existing themes or even make your own custom one. Click Publish to save it and publish it to Final Cut Pro. Now, when you go back, you'll see a new Most Used category with your saved preset in it. You can do the same with generators, effects, and transitions. Now you can have all your favorite presets in the same place to make finding them quick and easy. Number 5 is Send to Compressor. If you need to export a single clip, a project, or even multiple projects from Final Cut Pro, but don't want your export to tie up your resources so you can keep editing, you can use Compressor to transcode and export your files for you. Select the project you want to export, but instead of hitting the Share button, go up to the menu bar and select File, Send to Compressor, and New Batch. In Compressor, select the export preset you want to use and drag and drop it over your project. If you need to export multiple versions of your project, you can drag more than one preset into this window. If necessary, make any adjustments in the inspector and hit the Start Batch button. Compressor will take your Final Cut Pro project, transcode it, and export your video file for you using the Compressor engine. There's a few advantages to this. First of all, is you can export multiple versions of your project at the same time. Second, is Compressor has way more export presets than Final Cut Pro. And last, this is probably the biggest reason to use Send to Compressor, is it leaves Final Cut Pro free for other tasks. You can have Compressor exporting multiple versions of one project while you use Final Cut Pro to edit your next one. Way more efficient. I hope at least one or two of these tips was new to you. Let me know which one in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.